In this video, I want to show you the new growth model, AI infrastructures, info products, and equity plays that will allow you to build once, scale infinitely, and then you can own the upside of your competitors. This is our AI Accelerate OS system. I'm going to show you exactly how it works. It's based off the AI Accelerate OS ladder, and this is the first thing you want to do is you're going to implement a backend AI acquisition that's going to get you a pretty solid flow of leads and appointments, and then you're also going to implement a client community to then kind of support this backend AI acquisition. Now from here, once you've established this and you've actually gotten a pretty decent flow of leads and decent flow of appointments, you're then going to go into your subscription model and info products. You're going to charge people $3,000 a month, aspiring founders or people who are just looking to improve their skill set in your industry. You're then going to charge them $3,000 a month, get them on a retainer. This is going to bring you from $50,000 to $75,000 to about $100,000 per month. And then you're going to bridge the implementation gap by then reaching to your client community, allowing your students to then launch their own business by placing your client that you have in your client community. So someone who's looking to get the job done, you're going to take them and you're going to place them into your student's business. And then from there, because you're doing that, you're going to gain a percentage of their growth or equity in their business, because money upfront isn't as leveraged as money forever. Now, most entrepreneurs and business owners will never make it big and scale past $3 to $5 million a year because they never learn these lessons. The number one, scaling is not about hard work. It's about the leverage you acquire. Number two is that the owner needs to be removed from the appointment setting process. Number three, money upfront isn't as leveraged as money forever. And number four is that attention is the most valuable asset to be sold in 2025. Now, my goal is I want to help you learn these lessons, scale to your revenue goal fast, and live your dream life in peace. Because business is hard. Running a small business is completely useless. It's lonely, stressful, and it's a sure path to financial insecurity. So the bottom line is stagnating at a small, stressful $500,000 per year business because you've been burnt in the past, or you want to be a control freak and just do everything yourself, or you think that you don't need marketing because these lead softwares or maybe word of mouth are going to get you to where you want to go. That's going to cost you your life and even your family's life. It's literally irresponsible and selfish to run a small business. Think about it. You're going to have financial insecurity if relying on these things, and financial insecurity doesn't just affect you, but it will affect the people around you as well, because the number one cause for divorce is finances, right? So what's the solution? At Accelerate.io, we've been focusing on building and releasing AI marketing systems into companies that will allow them to escape the marketing agency trap and get a consistent appointment flow while they sleep. The marketing agency trap kind of sounds like this. You reach out or you get reached out to by marketing agencies. You try out their services, even though it's the exact same thing as everybody else, which is like Facebook ads, SEO, anything like that. Now from there, they get you low quality leads and horrible results. You leave and then you try again. That is the worst thing that you can do for your business. You're going to waste so much time. You're also going to waste a lot of money. Now, we do all of this and get you a consistent appointment flow by building out an AI marketing system into your business that you get to own the license to, and all of this for marginal cost. Plus, it's custom and it's basically impossible to replicate, so you have a massive edge in the market. Take Rob, for example. From Reno, Nevada, we got him from $30,000 per month to $150,000 per month in only 200 days. This is him, and this is all the appointments that we were able to book for him. Now, this is the 15 high ticket appointments, like I mentioned, in less than a month, all while traveling the world with his wife. So he lives in Reno, but he was traveling the world, all getting high ticket appointments. He was able to delegate to a reliable team, and he didn't have to do anything. He was able to get over 800 leads in 6 months and close over $600,000 in contracted work. No marketing agency even gets close to these types of results. They're only going to get you low quality leads that you have to call 24/7 and that are never going to buy from you. This is the marketing agency slavery flywheel. So just to give you a little bit more insight of what it looks like. So they offer a commoditized offer or a service like Facebook ads, appointment setting, cold email, short form content, anything like that. And they're only solving one obstacle. They're doing it just like everyone else. And they're also an external company. So you're giving up all this information, all this data in your company to an external company, like a marketing agency, who are just going to take the data that you have and just give it to the next person, someone who is a little bit maybe doing a little bit more better than you. They have a little bit more lead flow and they can get better results for it. They're just going to take the data that you're using and just apply it to the next person. So they're not really loyal to you. And that's going to get you inconsistent lead flow, no leverage. You can't afford anything because you're not getting any leads, not getting any appointments. You get average bad results, and then you're going to find a new agency. So it's just a complete flywheel, and it's the worst thing that you really can do for your business. If this is what you want to deal with for the rest of your life, then so be it. Go ahead. But I want to speak to the people who are tired of dealing with this and want to take full control of their business by actually implementing a predictable marketing process. Now, our custom AI infrastructures clearly work, but nothing compares to our AI Accelerate OS, which we've been building for around the last 4 months. It's the offer that's going to allow you, that I just mentioned, get money forever instead of just getting money up front. You're going to be set for life. If you want to exit, if you want to pass it down to a loved one, you can do anything you want because you're going to be able to scale to your dream revenue goal, and even beyond that. This is how effective it is. Now, it leverages AI acquisition, info products, selling attention, and then gaining equity in businesses in your competitors to get rich for sure. Now, take it like this. Let's start with the end in mind. If you want to get to $5 million a year, this is what the problems that are preventing you from getting there. Inconsistent lead flow. And I call this get rich never. It's painfully difficult to deal with, and it's hard to find a solution because marketing agencies will sell you Facebook ads, SEO, content, and just get mediocre results. So solving inconsistent lead flow or appointment flow is a very difficult thing to do. Also, lack of trust. Selling to uneducated prospects is frustrating. I'm sure you've dealt with this. I've even dealt with this in my business. But when people get on the call with you, or people when they get into a consultation and you meet up with them for the first time to get them to close, they ask you what's the price, or they don't show up, or they say they're just looking around, they're shopping around. And these are all uneducated people, because if these people were properly educated in what you do and they truly believe that you can help them, they would buy instantly. You want to sell attention as your offer to solve the lack of trust. Centralize all education and conversion. Establish yourself as the expert in the industry. Number 3 is higher cash flow models. Money upfront isn't as leveraged as money forever. AI rollups. So you sell the AI acquisition system that you use in your business to trustworthy companies in exchange for equity. Of course, there's some things that you need to look up. You need to look at other things like if the founder's future fits and if they fit with what you're kind of looking for in a company. Passive income will allow you to scale way past $5 million a year, and then acquiring percentage of growth in companies you've helped is the highest degree of leverage. Even Iman Gadzhi did this. He was a broke kid in London. He was able to use good marketing skills to get about $100,000 per month, and then he used his insights, his knowledge to then sell info products and then bridge the implementation gap, get to multiple 8 figures per year. He had a consistent lead flow and he had good marketing skills. He then used the capital and experience he gained with his agency to start an info product. He then sold his systems, processes, and knowledge to aspiring founders through YouTube and built a massive brand. He then used all the attention he was getting to push people to his info product, then use software to bridge the implementation gap and make him even more money. Now, software isn't the only way. You can do so many different other things, but software is what he used. Now he gets into private equity and he establishes himself as a reputable professional in the industry, and he's exhausted his offer. So he no longer really sells like agency offers, info products. He's gone to really bigger things. Of course, he still sells info, but not when it comes to agency and everything like that. So basically, it works really, really well. And everybody thinks that only online businesses can leverage this model, but that's not true at all. There's a huge discrepancy in the local market of aspiring founders or even current founders, people who are owning the current business that you're in. To be able to acquire clients and customers, being able to find trustworthy service providers. In the gold mine, you are selling the shovels. You bring the expertise, the knowledge, the proven systems that can bridge the gap with theory and implementation. So this is exactly what it looks like. To get someone from their initial situation to their desired outcome, you have theory and implementation. The knowledge to be able to do so, and to implement this knowledge will get you to your desired outcome. And that's the exact model that we implement for local service businesses to get them rich for sure. Now, why now? Why not before? Why not a few years ago? Why not maybe 1 year in down the line? Or why not even 6 months? Why now? Because data has exploded over the last few decades. The internet, smartphones, and everything like that have contributed to making a shit ton of data collection. And a few years ago, data was really scarce, but now AI can access massive data sets that are crucial for machine learning and everything like that, to enable to either instead of having to manually classify this data, I can now search all these different classification fields, and then it can classify it itself within literally seconds. So it's very, very effective, and it's essentially why data in 2025 is the gold mine. Data is the most valuable asset a company has. Without it, they can't grow, hire, or even survive. When it comes to literally anything, when it comes to recruitment and training, they need all this data on their ideal prospect. And also when it comes to acquisition, they need data to reach certain metrics and KPIs and everything like that. So data is the most valuable asset a company has. Now, number two is attention is the easiest way to grow. Right now, we live in a trust recession. I'm sure you've gotten a little bit of it, and you understand that we are in a trust recession. No one will buy from you if they don't know you, if they don't know who you are and how you can help them. And that's why just running ads to a basic call funnel is basically useless. And getting onto closing calls with people who don't know you is going to end up killing you. You're going to end up burning out. It's really frustrating. Now, creating content and gaining attention has never been so easy and cheap. It's easy because you can leverage AI to steal winning content systems and everything like that, topics, certain frameworks from the top 1% in your industry. So if you're a remodeler or a contractor, you can use this content system to then reach out to or scrape the people who are doing the best in your industry. Scrape what they're doing when it comes to ads, what are they doing when it comes to content, and then it's actually going to take their content ideas, and it's then going to generate new scripts for you that you can use. So you're just basically you're basically copying their entire system. So you could just copy and paste into your business and do what they're doing and get the similar results. And then you can prompt AI to generate you similar ideas and scripts, like I just mentioned. Then all you do is film like 30 to 60 seconds of like the background transformation process, maybe film a little bit about you, so you can just build more trust, and you can put a face to the page instead of just being a little bit, faceless, have it faceless. It's cheap because you're not running ads, and you spend maybe a few $100s a month on softwares to run the AI agent. Now, if attention is the easiest way to grow, why aren't we using it in our offer? People have become sensitive to being sold every type of commoditized offer when it comes to remodeling, dentistry, agency, any type of business that you offer, that you're in. There's a commoditized offer, and if you're selling that commoditized offer, then people are not going to be buying from you because they're so used to it. But when you sell attention, people feel like they're being helped rather than sold to, and that's why it's the most effective way to scale past $1 million per year. Now, money up front is not as good as money forever, because 99% of local service businesses are selfish. Firstly, they stay in a small business because they're too afraid to invest in themselves, or they think that they don't need marketing. Now, secondly, it is that they aren't providing to their community or their family. They're not providing to something that's bigger than themselves. And they could do this by owning equity in their competitors' growth. If you think, how is that actually helping the community or helping my family? Like Peter Thiel said, competition is for losers. You're seeing it the wrong way. But what isn't for losers is acquiring a percentage in their growth. You buy out your competitors and give them their dream of exiting or living their dream life, because you're obviously going to give them money, and then provide an abundant life for your family. So that is selfless. Now, this is what the Ascension model looks like to basically explain a little bit better why money forever is better than money up front. So the Ascension model looks like this. You build and you implement a predictable marketing process into your business, or like the back-end AI acquisition, anything that I just mentioned. That'll get you to about $100,000 to $500,000 per month. And what that's going to allow you to do is gather insights and data on your process, on your business, on everything that's going to allow you to get to that point. And what you could do is you could take this insights and data and then launch a continuity offer. What a continuity offer is, essentially you're launching an offer in which you're scaling that process and you're scaling your business and you're continuing what you have right now. And the continuity offer that we like to offer, and we have seen really, really good results in the local service business and the local market, is going into info products and essentially being an expert and giving people the required knowledge to start their own business, and then bridging the implementation gap by placing clients, their clients, and giving them proof of concept. And you could charge people about $2,000 to $3,000 per month for this. That'll get you an extra $100K to $250K. And then once you do this, once you've given proof of concept to your students that they can actually run their business and that it's it's feasible and it's very, very possible, you're then going to build a pool of amazing companies and founders. Then what you're going to do here is you're going to give them the exact same acquisition system that you used in your business. Because they already trust you, you give them proof of concept. It's going to be a no-brainer. They're going to give you a percentage of their growth, of course, because they want to scale. They want to get to where they want to go, and because they already trust you, of course, they're going to give you a percentage of their growth. And then now you have partnerships and acquisition, and that is literally like $100 million to $1 billion vehicle. And, it just keeps going because you could do this infinitely. Now, scaling your own business by yourself, if you don't think you need marketing or anything like that, is basically impossible because you don't have enough value. You won't become rich because you posted one viral piece of content or created one winning ad. You have to be consistent on the things that work, and that's where real results are produced. So even in our model right here, I'm not even going to lie, you need to be consistent with things. And this is what we've implemented ourselves into it. So basically, it's basically easy for you to do. You need to be consistent. You can't just expect that one viral piece of content or one winning ad is going to get you what you need. You need to be able to invest a good amount of money into yourself, and you need to take the risk. Number 2 is delegation. You can't do everything yourself. You aren't a superhuman, right? And you're not the best at everything. There's people out there who are best, who are better than you, and you just have to accept that. It's a little bit of a hard pill to swallow, but once you get used to understanding that there's people out there who are going to do a better job than you, then you're going to scale to unimaginable heights. And luckily for you, AI has made this super, super easy, and you don't even have to go the recruitment process. Either you get AI to scrape the resume for you, or you just hire AI agents that run the marketing process for you, and that will do their job. Number 3 is leverage offer. So if you try to speak to everyone, you're going to speak to no one. Having one offer and one service is a lot more effective than trying to do a little bit of everything. And you'll be seen as the go-to. Number 4 is attention. Like I've been saying this whole entire video, is that attention is key. If you can get people's eyes on you, you can create an infinite return realm, and that's going to acquire you clients on the back end with ease. This is what the infinite return realm looks like. So you want to create valuable assets within your content, your community, like I mentioned on the first page, and those are called attention generating sales assets. You build and pay once, so it's basically free from then on to acquire people, to acquire attention, to acquire users. And then you want to continuously, really the foundation and the core of these assets is to solve future problems. When people's future problems are solved, it reduces so much more anxiety, and they're going to be much more likely to then share this with people. So once you solve their future problems, then it's going to become a habit of consumption. So you solve people's future problems, it transforms from just being a one-time user to then a habit of consuming. And then once people get into the habit of consuming something that solves all their problems, they're then going to share it to people like friends, family, or people who even have the similar problems. And then it's going to do the exact same thing, acquiring you an infinite amount of new users. Doesn't just apply for content or for the local market. It also applies for SaaS as well. If you know SaaS, you just create valuable assets on why the software is great, acquiring more users, transform to a habit of consuming, and then more shares and more users. Now we're getting into the offer. So this is the AI infrastructure, the 2 framework, 4-pillar backend AI acquisition infrastructure that will get you to $75,000 in 12 weeks with a team of AI marketers. Now the system provides the backend for all future client acquisition. You're going to get predictable appointments without a marketing agency, without even having to call people. Now the framework looks like this. You have an AI content system as number 1, because you need to gather attention. And how do we get people's eyes on you? Now this is how. So you're going to post content on social media. You can do this through AI voiceovers and DIY value, and this is what we're doing for our partners. Faceless content with AI voiceovers have been getting crazy attention, and I'm going to show you the next page for the results. They don't require you to be speaking to the camera or spend hours having to edit. Now I want to preface this that while this is super, super effective, the AI voiceovers, and you don't have to be on the camera at all, what I do suggest is that here and there, you just record videos talking to the camera and just putting a face to the page. But the main meat and potatoes, the 95% of it is going to be faceless content, because people just care about the value. But just having your face in there, people are going to be like, oh, this is the guy who who runs the page. This is the expert, and then people are going to start to recognize you. It's just a little bit more effective, I found, in my opinion. Now all you need is the proper system to create these posts and 10 minutes per week to film background videos. Super easy. Now DIY value back content is useful for conversion. So this is where I mentioned about just filming yourself. Instead of just speaking to the camera and just giving useless information, you can give do-it-yourself value content. So what this looks like is that you give people everything they need to do it themselves. And once they realize that they can't do it alone, you're going to be top of mind. And how do we make this easy at Axelate.io? Well, AI is going to do everything from ideation, scripting, editing, and all you need to do is read a short script in front of a camera. And you can use like Loom or anything like that. If you're not too good at remembering scripts, you could have like a rolling script and you just read it as you go. And we found that AI voiceovers and DIY videos are the most leveraged and the simplest way to acquire attention, because like I said, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes per week to gather over like 800 leads. I'm going to show you the results that we got. Now from that process, you want to create, or AI is going to create for you, 1 to 2 viral attention generating sales assets from the viral content data. What the viral content data is essentially at Axelate.io, we have a viral content data system with over 150 viral topics and over dozens of in over 12 different industries, from solar, agencies, remodeling, etc. And then what this is going to do is going to create attention generating sales assets. So something like I'm going through right now, like a document or a video, and it's going to create the sales asset from the viral topic. So it's going to take the viral topics and just create it automatically. And then once you're consistently posting content, eventually some are going to go viral, of course. And those are going to be your AGSAs that we're going to use as conversion assets. We are extracting as much juice out of these assets as possible by showing them, number one, to organic audiences on Instagram, on TikTok, and everything like that, and also using them as sales assets for warm leads. So when people come into your community, we're going to be posting it there, and we're going to be directly sending it to people in the community. Now, this is what our viral content system does. It creates and schedules posts automatically, generates topics from over 150 viral topics in over 12 different industries. We're also expanding to more. Avoids trial and error through data-driven ideation. So you don't have to go through the process of seeing what works and what doesn't. And then it copies the model of the top 1% of performers. This is what it looks like on Make, and this is what it looks like I've built on Lucidchart. Now the results, this is the most important thing. This is one of our partners. This is the faceless content that we post that's based off AI in viral topics. 6.6 million views, 4.1 million views, 152,000 views, and you can see this one up here. I didn't even circle it. 1.1 million views. Millions of views on multiple videos. And in turn, they're able to get 800 leads in 6 months and over $300,000 worth of projects. All done automatically, faceless, and basically free. Now, if you want to know how we can build this viral AI content system that I just mentioned, you can comment down below AI and I can send you this document and you can click on this, or just go on my YouTube and it's called This AI Content System Will Generate Over 800 Leads. And you could just click that video, you can watch exactly how to build it. Number 2 is our ads framework. So paid ads are one of the most commoditized things in 2025. Competition is way too high to be doing the same thing as everyone. So to get unlimited leads from ads, you need to find winning creatives, understand your market, be a good copywriter, have a unique offer, implement a value funnel, and have a conversion mechanism. That's way too much work to do, especially when you're a busy founder, a busy owner. You need to worry a lot more than just that. You can do all this yourself, like I just mentioned, or you can do AI to do it for you. For example, at Axelate.io, what we're doing, our AI ad system looks like this. We're scraping top industry leaders and their ad library. We're identifying winning creatives, copy, and headlines from these industry leaders. We're then generating creatives, copy, and headlines based off this. And then we're identifying trends to capture. And then we're using a custom GPT. So ChatGPT is custom GPTs that we're using to then create an offer. We're then creating your value funnel and then implementing AI appointment setters. And this is what it looks like. Prevents all of these things from having a race to the bottom, price shoppers, speed to lead, cancellations and wasting money, and insecurity as well. 95% of ads in most industries look like this. Are you ready? Look how horrible this is. So 1, 2, 3 videos, and 3 statics. Number one, these videos are AI. They look super, super fake. And look at this copy. This copy is absolutely horrible. Well, these things, they might work, right? All these people are competing against one another, and they're all doing the same thing. So it's a race to the bottom, like I mentioned. They're boring, static, outdated, and while some of them may actually get some leads, most of them are going to be super, super low quality, and it's not even worth it. Instead, you can use your own work as creatives to add a little bit of personality to this. Now, all you need is about 30 seconds of footage, and then put an AI voiceover that sounds like you. Create a few of those, test to see which one works, and then once you find what works, you double down and you create more that are similar to it, and that's how you launch and scale your campaign. Now, what is conversion like based off these viral content system and the ads framework? So these two frameworks would be basically useless if there wasn't a conversion mechanism in place, right? I would just be getting you leads, although they would be higher quality leads. Leads don't really mean anything, right? We want to do a little bit more than that. Now, if you want to be like everyone else and maybe land a lead once in a while, you could just send people through a call funnel and hard sell them. Or you can leverage something similar to our appointment setting framework and our community funnel. This is what our appointment setting infrastructure looks like. So it's based off 3 components: insight, talent, and systems. For insight, we give you our lead qualification process, appointment setting process, and our community funnel. For talent, we give you and build out a management structure of AI agents that run the entire process. We're also going to hire and place a $3 an hour growth specialist that is going to run and create the attention generating sales assets and run the community. And then we give you access to our CRM, nurturing workflows, and our lead pipeline as well. Now, once we gather attention for this appointment setting process, we're going to be sending people to either a landing page, lead form, or an inbound call from content. So you just have your phone number in your bio. Direct call funnels are broken and commoditized, but if used properly, they can be a good foundation for acquiring a decent lead flow, but they're not going to allow you to scale, and they're also not going to bring in that quality, that really, really good quality, and those loyal customers that you want. And it looks something like this. So you have a landing page opt-in, a DM or a call, qualify, set, call, close. Pretty simple, but you want to make sure you're adding friction to the process that's going to increase the lead quality. Now, you can stop here and do the rest yourself, or you can see how we leverage an army of AI appointment setters. They're going to handle all the inbound leads on multiple channels all at once, from WhatsApp to phone calls to Instagram, anything like that. Now, if you want to see how you can build an AI voice appointment setter, you can just go on my YouTube, show you exactly how you can build an AI voice appointment setter for your company. But this is only 1/3 of the equation. These AI agents have so much more power. Now, this is what we're doing at Axelate.io. We're creating a management structure for AI agents. We're dedicating one AI agent to oversee the entire process, essentially be like a manager, and then other AI agents to trigger specific actions, all with one common goal in mind, and that is to book you appointments. So if we look at what this management structure looks like, so when a lead comes in, it's going to trigger the qualification and the education process. So that's the AI agent that is dedicated to the qualification and education process. And they're going to either qualify or get an unqualified lead. If it's a qualified lead, then the appointment setting agent is going to get triggered and they're going to book the appointment. If it's an unqualified lead, then the downsell AI agent is then going to sell them on the community that I mentioned beforehand. And then I can keep going down. If the appointment is booked, then the post booking AI agent then gets triggered, and then the no-show one as well. You also want to implement a pre-call workflow to reduce no-shows. You can do this by building out an AI agent, like I mentioned right here, the AI agent that takes care of the post-booking process. Or what might be a little bit easier is that you can build a simple workflow on your CRM, like go high level, you just go into automations, you build out a simple workflow. Now, if the lead is unqualified, then the downsell agent will trigger, sending the lead into a community. Like I mentioned before, an AI agent argues the most efficient and cheapest way to set appointments in 2025. What it's going to allow you to do is remove yourself from acquisition, not have to hire a human sales rep for minimum, $2,000 a month. They have also human sales reps also get sick, and they have limited hours and vacation and all that stuff. And they probably aren't even that good because you're eventually going to fire them because $2,000 a month isn't enough for them. And then you're also going to get consistent appointment flow through this. Sending people directly to a call like we're doing at Axelate.io, leveraging education steps and AI appointment setters. will allow you to see pretty good results, but not as good as our community funnel. Essentially, with the community funnel, you're going to be centralizing your nurturing by building a community and turning eyes into loyal users. In the community, you need to feed your leads with value, right? You can't just have people sitting in there. And this is done with sales assets that are taken from your viral content system that I mentioned before. Now, once you start solving problems with these assets, they get into the habit of consuming. This is the infinite return realm. Then if it's a habit, they're going to be more likely to share it with friends and family. So valuable assets turn to acquiring users for basically free. You solve their problems, get into the habit of consuming, and then they share, and that acquires you more users. Not only do you acquire more group members, but conversion is so easy because they trust you and they value your services because they've already taken the first step to raise their hand and join your community. Number 3 is the community structure. This is what it looks like. When the lead requests to join, and we want to collect their information because we want to send them on a back-end email sequence to make sure we're taking every single step to convert them onto a call. Now, as soon as they join the community, we're going to want to start a conversion. The growth specialist that will implement, or you could do this as well. Start a conversation within 10 to 30 minutes of them joining. You want to gain their permission to send the asset, but also uncover the depth of their pain. You can then offer a call or a consultation, and then they either, like it says right here, you offer them if they're interested, great. If not, we just keep sending them, we keep feeding them value. And like I mentioned before, at Axelite.io, we don't have the owners running the community. Instead, we paste $3 an hour growth specialists into community that run the entire thing from opt-in to conversion and posting of the sales assets as well. Now, once in a while, you can tap in, engage with the community, establish yourself as the authoritative figure. That's up to you. I've seen really good results with it, and it just shows that you're a great founder and you're a great owner. Conversion is so easy because either you set when they join on the back-end email sequence or after they've claimed the assets. This is why it's so effective. Now, the 4 pillars is that you should be using for proper acquisition is attention, gathering attention through whatever lead channel, through the AI content system or ads. You want to own the attention and collect the data, so gather information on leads and own the attention for yourself, get everybody's eyes on you by implementing a community. Then you want to educate these people, so educate your leads on your offer and how you can help them solve their pain and bridge the gap. And then conversion. So without a conversion process, you're just going to have a bunch of good quality, educated leads that are never going to buy from you. And that is the most useless thing that you could do. Not even just useless, but you're basically sitting on a gold mine and you don't know it. If you've ever seen that meme where one guy keeps mining even though he's got a long way to go, and one guy stops right before he gets to the diamonds, that's going to be you. And after educating, you need a process of getting them onto a call so they can buy. Now, this is the one info product system that will allow you to bridge the gap, be seen as the expert in your industry, and scale past $100,000 per month, all by selling attention. And it's as known as the Iman Ghazi method. I just mentioned this before. I'm not going to go over it once again, but you acquire great skills, teach people how to do the same, bridge the implementation gap, acquire equity, and then you have a 9-figure annual recurring revenue business. Most online gurus don't know how to actually run a successful info product because info products are basically useless if you aren't offering the ability for your students to get results directly. Without it, most people aren't, and most of your students won't even consume your content because results aren't guaranteed. Info products can be a hassle to get into without knowing how to create, launch, and scale it. And no local service business ever gets into info products because they think it's just for online businesses like agencies, coaches, or consultants. But the demand for aspiring founders of local service businesses has never been higher, and not even aspiring founders, but other business owners looking to expand their skill set and looking to offer more services are also looking to go into info products, and they need that knowledge, and you could be the provider. With Iman Ghazi becoming the co-owner of WAP, the time has really never been now, and there's AI platforms out there being able to scrape the best info products in the industry and basically create almost an exact replica with your unique twist so you can have an edge in the markets. And his vision to make WAP a one-click monetization platform, or essentially the Amazon of info products, has created so much potential for local service businesses, and it's going to make the creation and the launch and the scaling of your info product very, very easily. But at Axelite.io, we don't just help local service businesses get into info products for no reason. Everything is a part of a bigger plan of acquiring money forever. Now, this is a step-by-step process of our info product system that's going to allow you to bridge the implementation bottleneck and get students results instantly. So if you want to create a winning info product with AI, what you got to do is, number one, market analysis. You need to identify market trends for acquiring specific skills. You could use AI platforms like Applify, Make.com, ChatGPT, just to scrape to the top 1% in the industry and top 1% of the info products. You're also going to need to do like a little bit of manual research. So on media platforms, like go on Instagram, go on YouTube, go on Twitter, and just find the best people in your industry that are already in info products. And if you think that there isn't, that's probably a limiting belief. You can either find someone in your industry directly that's, let's say, a remodeler or a dentist, or you can find someone like a coach who then coaches dentists and remodelers and everything like that. That's how you know there's demand for knowledge into this space and to expand skill sets, because people buy coaches or consultants in the industry. This is what the info structure looks like. So you need to figure out winning course structures that work around your schedule, provide students with the most valuable information. Remember one important thing: you want to teach the most meaningful concepts so that it's almost guaranteed they succeed. You can give them tangible, consumable information, like just PowerPoints, video walkthroughs, webinars, whatever, and copy and paste templates, certification and assessments, everything like that. You want to also identify a hosting platform. You can do School, Facebook, Go High Level, but what we're doing at Axelite.io, we like to use WAP because you have everything you need on one platform. You have certification tools, community, payment processing, everything like that. Now, once you've identified and created a winning info product, it's time for the most important part, and that is bridging the implementation gap. So remember the community funnel I mentioned in the AI infrastructure section? Well, it's going to be full of customers who are actively interested in purchasing your service, right? And now, since you've gotten into info product and now you're teaching students who are in your industry, they have relatively the same services. Now we're going to use that to our advantage. Because we have that database of warm leads, we are going to offer to our students to place their first client and give them that proof of concept. We're giving them the chance to make their first few $1,000s, about $3,000 to $5,000, and it's a lot more valuable than just selling the information. And this is kind of what it looks like. So you have that client community that I mentioned from the AI infrastructure that's used in the community funnel. And you also have the student community from your info product. So what you're going to do for the client community is that you're going to offer them the procedure or whatever they want done, their desired service at a discount. Then what you're going to offer to your students in the info course, you're going to offer them results. Your clients get access to trustworthy professionals. Your students get access to serious clients. Your clients get their desired outcome at a reduced rate, so they get to pay less. Your students make their first, whatever it is, $3,000 to $5,000 in whatever a month it takes them to get through all the information and get their first client placed for them. And this is a never-ending cycle of everybody wins. So the customer from your community gets their desired service at a discount rate, and your students get to receive results quickly. It's the best foot in the door method. Getting them direct results builds more trust, making them more likely to buy from you in the future. And that's what I want to go through next, is acquiring equity in competitors by selling the exact AI scaling system that you used right here in your own business. Now, this is how you own the upside of your student's company by acquiring a percentage of their growth. Now, as I've been saying this whole entire time, money forever is better than money up front, and it's greater than money up front. Everything I mentioned so far will get you money up front, allowing you to scale to about $5 million a year. But if you want passive income for the rest of your life, then you need to get into private equity and start owning growth in the companies you help. And this is so easy because you've already built that trust with your students by giving them proof of concept. Now they have a desire to scale, because who just wants to stay at $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month? But this is where you come in. You guarantee that they scale, and you get to own a percentage of the revenue as a result. Now, this is how it's done. So remember the AI acquisition infrastructure right here that used to scale to $75,000 per month and acquire a solid lead flow. Well, since you've used it in your business, you've gotten proof of concept for yourself, and it's gotten you great results, you're going to sell the exact same system and processes to your students. And now you can charge them from anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 upfront for this. But their major key is acquiring 5 to 15% equity in their business by giving them the system. So not only do you charge them around $5,000 to $15,000 upfront, but you're acquiring equity in their company. Now, why is it a no-brainer for your students to buy this from you? Well, number one, the system is proven to get results. Number two, you've built goodwill with your students. That's one of the most important things in business. And number three is they're actively looking to grow after you've given them proof of concept. And this is the AI Accelerate OS ladder. Now it is complete. You have bridged the gap, gotten to $500,000 per month, gotten money forever by owning growth in the companies you help. It's the last stage of the AI Accelerate OS ladder. It's to scale past $5 million per year and grow forever. Now, everything I just went through, from the AI infrastructure, from the info product, from the percentage of growth, from everything that you need to run this AI Accelerate OS system in your business and scale to unimaginable heights past $5 million per year and run your dream business, isn't easy to do by yourself. Well, I just gave you all the required info you need to implement this system into your business. It requires a substantial amount of time to build it all. Like, just think about it. The AI infrastructure, the info product, the community, AI agents, etc. It's a lot. And just think of, let's say you want to create the info product yourself. That's a lot of manual research. Or even if you want to do AI, learning how to build out an AI scraper or an AI agent that's going to do that work for you isn't too easy as well. So if you want to commit some time, then go ahead and do it. I gave you all the information you need. But if you want to partner with us and get this entire AI Accelerate OS system built into your business for you, guaranteeing that you scale to $5 million in 24 months or your money back, then you can pick a time here, or you can click the second link in the description below, book a free roadmap call. It's a custom one-on-one roadmap call. In this call, I'm going to personally give you a step-by-step process on how this can work for your business. Worst case, you run away with all the knowledge and learn how to get clients for the rest of your life. Best case, we get to partner together, everything gets built for you, and you guarantee your financial security of scaling past $5 million per year. And if not, you just want more information, you can join our free first Facebook group. It's going to be the third link in the description, or you can comment down below AI. I'm going to send you this entire document. You can pick the time here for the custom one-on-one roadmap call, or you can join the free Facebook group right here. Whatever you choose, I'll see you on the other side, and I'm rooting for you.